For today's video, I want to talk to you guys a bit about some things I think you should look out for as an influencer. This can be if you are just starting out or someone who's been doing it for a long time. I have seen a lot of red flags lately that I'm just wanting to talk about, something that's really been on my mind to chat with you guys about, something that's been on my mind that's been bothering me. So I thought I would do that in today's video. I also have a ton of new makeup that we're going to be testing out as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to prime my face, I'm going to be trying this one from CHATTY London. This has been out for a while, but I've never tried it. It's their Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. This has been in my drawer to test out forever, so I thought I would give it a go today. So like I said, today's video is one that I have been actually wanting to make for a while, probably I'd say a few months, but I actually had an experience very recently that I feel like kind of pushed this to the surface where I was like, okay, I need to talk about it now because there is just so much going on, I feel, in the creator space that I just hate that people are getting taken advantage of, and I really just want to shed some light on that. And if you are a creator watching this, you're like a new creator, hopefully this helps you kind of navigate this world, because I do feel like there is no guidebook to being a creator, to being an influencer. There's not really much information on it at all. I feel like it's kind of a lot of trial and error, and being in this industry now for quite a few years, I feel like I do have some experience in it, and I just want to share some things that I think can help you, and also some things red flags to stay away from if you are going to be working with brands or joining affiliate programs and stuff. I'm going to try this foundation next from Yensa. This is their Super Serum Silk Foundation. I'm very interested to give this one a try. I got 3 different shades sent to me, so I'm trying to decide which one to go with. I think I'm going to try light neutral, and we'll see how that works for me. So like I was saying, this was prompted by an interaction that I had, and this was something that happened a few weeks ago, and I kind of want to just walk you guys through a little bit of my experience. It's nothing super crazy, but it is something that I do feel can be very helpful for creators. So I was working with a brand on a affiliate basis. So I had an affiliate code with them. I have had it for a little bit now, and there were some practices going on within this company that kind of gave me a little bit of pause. I was I'm not sure how I feel about how they're kind of running this affiliate program, but I kind of was oh, it's fine, whatever, to each brand their own. It wouldn't be how I would run it personally, but whatever they want to do. And then I recently they had changed their platforms, and I recently got a sign up thing to re-sign up for their affiliate program. So I went on the thing to sign up for it. As I was signing up for it, I was looking in the fine text and everything and kind of seeing what was all in there, and I had noticed that they had now included that they had rights to any of the content that you create using the product. And this is something that I have seen quite a lot in this industry, which I fully do not agree with. You guys have asked me a lot of times why I stopped doing the BoxyCharm videos, and that's the reason, is because BoxyCharm had mentioned that in their new contract that they wanted the rights to the content that I was creating, and that they could use it for ads, they could use it online, and I'm just not okay with that. I don't think that that's okay that brands are doing that, and especially when it comes to affiliate programs, I don't think that that's right, that they are trying to take the rights to your content that you worked hard to create and try to just give you product in exchange for that. This foundation looks so nice. That was just one pass. I'm just really impressed with how that looks. I'm going to add a little bit of this shade. So this is the light medium, because I do think it's looking a little bit light for me, and I want to give it a little bit of a build up, and so I'm going to kind of mix these two just to see how much it can kind of build and to help warm it up a tiny bit more. So I definitely have accepted product in the past in exchange for work. I don't think that you should be shamed for doing that if you have done it, if you want to do it. But I will say that when it comes to the contracts you are signing and the affiliate programs you are joining, I want you to ride on the side of caution that they are not using your content. So if you want to, create a video for a brand in exchange for, a collection or whatever, you have every right to do that. But I would look out for the brands wanting to use what you're creating, because essentially what they're doing is they're giving you, a collection that maybe cost them $10, $5, whatever it may cost them to make. Obviously there's shipping involved, but it's costing them a very, very, very small fraction of what it would cost them to actually have someone create the content for them. Nowhere near compares to what they're doing. And obviously with PR, that is brands' hope, is that, you will create content for them for them to post on their socials and stuff like that. But there's a difference between like that, where they're posting it on their socials and then you giving them the rights to use it in digital marketing, the rights to use it in ad usage, the right to even use it. I've seen in this contract exactly that I was talking about, they wanted the rights to use it in advertising in general. So it said that they could use it for their marketing. So it said that it could be put on their website, they could use it for billboards, anything they wanted with it. So, and that was just for me being a part of their affiliate program. So for maybe getting PR from them and then also like having a code with them, I was basically going to be giving them the rights to anything that I created with their product, which to me just doesn't seem right. Like that doesn't seem like a fair trade. And especially with an affiliate program, because a lot of times you are also promoting the brand. So you're also giving them sales by, you know, doing your code and whatever, and giving them essentially sales, and now you're giving them sales and you're also giving them, you're essentially giving them commercials that they can use wherever they please for, you know, no fee. This is the Lawless Conceal the Deal Concealer. It's my first time trying it out. I do think that the shade is a little bit light for me, but since my foundation is light, I'm kind of just going with it, and then we'll kind of bronze up with a bronzer to help. I do think this foundation though, like it looks so pretty on the skin. It's like very like lightweight looking, but it gave a lot of coverage. I really like how glowy it looks too. I think there's a lot of misconception on like what PR is, and I do think that a lot of people don't fully understand. So like PR, with PR, you are not obligated to post anything. Like this example was sent to me by the brand SAIE. I did not agree to post anything with it. I didn't say I was going to feature it in a video. They just sent it my way in hopes that I would feature it. There's no obligation to do so. Of course, the brand like wants you to feature it because why else would they send it to you? But there's no obligation to do so. So if I choose to, I choose to. If I don't, then I don't. And that is something that the brand is willing to risk when they send you the PR. Now, a lot of times with these like in exchange for situations, that is different. The brands are expecting you to post. A lot of times they even have like times you have to post by, things you have to say, hashtags you have to use. To me, that is a sponsored post at that point, because you are being told when you can post, what you can say, what hashtags to use, everything like that. You're pretty much doing an ad for them again, for no payment or payment just of the product. And I do think brands are just getting more sly about the way that they go about asking you to do this. I feel like especially with this affiliate programs, I do think that brands are just taking advantage. This happened to me also the other day. I was doing a lifestyle type of collab, and I had to turn it down because when I looked at the contract, it was something that they were trying to give me. You know, they gave it to me in hopes that I would use it, and then when I looked at the contract, it said that they had the rights to use what I had created. So they had the rights to use that anywhere that they wanted. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, you know, for whatever they were trying to give me. I was like, that's not gonna happen. I just hate how, you know, much people are just getting taken advantage of without knowing. So if you're not even reading those, like not everyone's gonna read every contract, right? So if you're not even seeing that maybe in the fine print, maybe you're unaware. And imagine how you would feel if all of a sudden you saw like your video on Facebook, for example, or something, and it was floating around and it was being used as an advertisement, and you didn't agree to that. But when you look back at your contract, you realize I did agree to that. I gave them the rights to anything that I created. Now there are millions of views on that video, and you have given them hundreds of dollars in sales, and you were not compensated at all for that. That was something that they just had given you free product for. I just think that there's a lot of misconception when it comes to how, like I said, PR works, and also like how sponsorships and like paid opportunities do work. With any contract I sign, I'm always paying close attention to what's on the contract, what all, you know, are they asking of me, what all do they want from me. And a lot of times I also, like within my contracts, my paid opportunities and stuff, if they are using my content, like they want the usage rights to it, I make sure like how long do they want the usage rights for, where all are they going to be using it, is it digital, because it's digital they can use it like on their social medias, or is it going to be more in like marketing so they could use it, you know, on their websites and stuff. Like it just depends on what they're planning to do with the content, and that's kind of how I base how I would charge off of. I would charge more the more usage they want. So like say they only want a couple of months worth, that would be a different price than if they were telling me they wanted the content for a year. So you have to think, you're basically just handing them your content, and of course I'm being paid for this, but if they want it for a longer period of time, you can charge more for that. And I think that that's not something that's talked about a ton, and I don't think a lot of people know they can, you know, charge extra for that. I know I didn't at first because, again, there's no playbook on this. I feel like we don't know what we're doing until we do it, until we get experience. And I want to be able to kind of be more candid with you guys when it comes to stuff like this, because I don't want to see any of you guys get taken advantage of. I know I get DMs all the time from people and they're like asking me questions about things, and I will be honest with you guys, I have told a lot of people, like, do not do this deal because I don't think it's in your best interest. And sometimes, you know, I read through the contract and I'm like, of course, like, you know, that's great, like, go ahead. But it's not like I'm going to tell them they could never do something if they wanted to. I just kind of tell them, like, okay, maybe you should look at this more, or err with the, you know, caution when it comes to this part of the contract. I forgot to mention the blush that I was using. This is from SAIE, and this is the Dew Blush in Chili. It looks so pretty, very hydrating. I feel like we look nice and glowy right now. And then I'm going into the new NARS palette. This is the Summer Unrated eyeshadow palette. Something else I wanted to mention about like the affiliate programs too is I do see a lot of times that you have to post X amount of posts a month in order to stay on the program, and I don't really think that's right either. I think a lot of times, like, we are just putting too much on these smaller influencers, and I feel like they're getting really taken advantage of. That is something that I was even on a few of those back when, and I had removed myself again after I realized, like, this isn't really fair that I'm doing all this work and having to, you know, post by a certain date every single time, and you have to post like their packages within so many days of getting them and everything. And it would kind of stress me out, like, okay, I need to make sure I get this unboxing done and need to make sure I get this post done by this amount of time, or I'm going to be like kicked off your list. And then, of course, with affiliate programs, you know, there is a kickback for you as well. Like, you're normally making a commission. So I do think that that obviously helps with, you know, making some money. But I don't think that for the amount of work a lot of these programs are asking for, that it is worth what they're asking. So again, you'll be needing to post, say for this one example, it would be like you have to post 2 times a month, and you have to use X amount of hashtags, and you have to do an unboxing within, you know, 2 days of getting the product, and make sure to share your code this many times, such forth. So like something like that, like, yeah, you could be doing all that work. If you only had 2 people buy the product, you might have made $10 off your affiliate, but you did, you know, 14 hours worth of work. So it kind of just depends on how you want to look at a situation. But to me, I look at it more as like, my time is precious. The quality of my content in general is worth more than, you know, a lipstick once a month. So I just want you guys to just kind of be a little bit more aware, and not even if you watch this video and you're like, I still want to do that, like, I'm still going to be a part of that program, I still want to do that, that's totally on you, that's your prerogative. But I want you to just be aware of some of the things that are going on. And if you're not aware, you know, now maybe this video can help you kind of read through those contracts a little bit more, and also become maybe a little bit more aware of what's going on if you aren't already. I'm going to add a little bit of this deeper color. I think this so far is really cute little look, but I kind of want to vamp it up just a little bit more here on the outer corner. This is really pretty for summer because I feel like it has a lot of like these orange tones in it, but you have those rosy tones as well. I think you can recreate a lot of really nice looks with this one. I know the Sephora sale is coming, so this might be a good one to look at during the sale. And I want to share another experience that I had with you guys that I think could be helpful to other creators. So a few years ago, I was asked to do a partnership, and I got really excited about the partnership because not only was it, you know, a brand and a company that I really liked, I loved the products and everything, but what they had wanted me to do was create content for them to use. So to me, that sounded like great. Like, they were even like, you don't even have to edit anything. Just go ahead and make the content. We'll edit everything. So just, you know, they kind of gave me like a brief of what to do. And then pretty much I just sent them over like the raw footage, and then they edited it. And what I hadn't discussed with them was like, what are you going to do with this footage? I hadn't really like thought that far ahead. This was kind of years ago, and I really didn't know to like be on the lookout for like what, you know, what they were going to do with the content once I created it. So I charged a fee for it, and I was kind of under the assumption and thinking in my head, like, well, I'm not posting it on my page, so like, I don't need to charge, you know, a ton of money. I can just charge, you know, less because I'm not actually posting it. And a lot of times that's what the brand is paying for, is for like you to show it to your audience. So I charged a pretty minimal amount compared to like what I would typically charge for something like that if I were to post it on my own. And what ended up happening is they ended up using the video for Facebook ads, as well as Instagram ads, and ads basically anywhere you could put them. They were also on YouTube, and they put a lot of money behind this ad. I can tell you that I've seen it everywhere. I had people DMing it to me constantly, and I really didn't think twice when I did it. I was like, oh yeah, like you're gonna just edit everything, you're gonna do everything. But I didn't think about like what they were gonna do with the content, right? So I didn't realize they were gonna be putting that much money behind it. And this was just kind of a situation where I had really regretted doing it, because I was looking and my videos were getting millions and millions and millions of views. And just think of how much sales the brand had gotten from the, you know, few $100s that they paid me to do that. And they probably had $10,000 in sales, if not more, and they paid me like, you know, a couple $100s. So if you think about it like that, how much of a return they got from that and how little I saw from that exchange, it really just kind of dug deep. And I couldn't imagine if I had done that for free, how I would have felt. So that's kind of what I want you guys to think about too, is imagine if the brands are going to use your content in an ad or something, and imagine seeing it have, you know, 12 million, 15 million, 20 million views, and you never got anything from that besides a lipstick. Now your face is plastered everywhere. Everyone's seeing it. Family members are sending it to you. They're like, this is so cool. You're in this ad. Like, how cool. And in your head, you're thinking, like, it's not that cool because I didn't really make much off it. I just think there's a lot of value in your content, and also you as a brand, when you are promoting these products, are you know, wanting to be representing this brand? Are you wanting to have that out there for everyone to see? Make sure that any brands that you do work with, you are comfortable with, and that you would be happy if your neighbor was sending that to you, or if your mom was sending that to you. You wouldn't feel like, oh, I wish I never did that. Like, make sure that the brands that you do work with, you're happy with the content that you create for them, and then also you're happy with the brand in itself, and you feel comfortable promoting them to your audience. Because I can tell you how many times I've seen people reach out and stuff like that, and they've had bad exchanges with the company and stuff, and yet there's nothing they can do about it because they already did the content for them and now it's being ran, but they don't want to have this out there with that company because now their face is behind it, but they also don't necessarily think the company is a good company, and they don't want to be affiliated with them. And that's kind of what happened to me. It's not that the company was a bad company, it's just that I just got a lot of sketchy like vibes from them, and I was like, why did I do this? Because now, again, not only did they have my content, also we didn't discuss like how long they could have my content for. Like, there was no, okay, you can use this for 6 months. Like, they have that forever. And I have really no one to blame besides myself for that, because I just didn't, you know, think about it more when I was doing it. I just thought, wow, this is cool. They're gonna pay me to just like make a video and I don't even have to edit it. Like, all I have to do is just, you know, like put on the product or whatever. Like, yes, of course I'll do that. But now it's like, okay, if I'm still seeing that video floating around years later, and I still am, and I did it years and years and years ago, and now I'm stuck like seeing my face everywhere promoting this company, and it just kind of something that I want you guys to be a little bit more aware of, is remember that when you do work with a company and you are giving them the rights and the usage to your stuff, this is something that can live forever. Like, you could be connected to that brand forever. They could Google your name and your ad could pop up, and you could be like, that one time that I worked with that pillowcase brand or whatever it is. You know, you want to make sure that you are being selective with your sponsorships that you do take on, and you're not being taken advantage of. I also always want to be a resource for you guys. If you ever have any questions, or if you ever have, you know, any doubts, or you want me to like look over for something for you, or you feel like maybe you are getting taken advantage of and you just want some advice, I am always here for you guys. Like I said, I always want to be a resource for, you know, creators, and also I want to be a resource for you guys too, to be aware that when you are, you know, seeing your favorite creator working with a brand, like, there's a lot more behind it than I think what you see initially. So you may see like, oh, they're being sponsored, like, again, okay, but like, there's a lot of work that goes behind the sponsorship, and again, there's a lot of details that is involved with it, like as far as where they can use it, what they can do with it. Like, it's not at the end of the day just them making a 2-minute YouTube mention. Like, it could be something that's much beyond that. So I do just want to be transparent with you guys all of the time, and I want you guys to also have good experiences, and to, you know, want your fellow creators to get sponsorship opportunities, because it is a really nice, you know, perk of the job, but there is a lot of work too that goes along with that. I would love to do more videos like this again in the future too, and definitely leave your comments down below, your questions down below, so I know what to more chat about next time. This is the lip gloss with LIORA and OFRA, by the way. I'm going to add some bronzer because I think we're still looking a little bit pale, so I'm just going to add a little bit of this Tarte Princess bronzer. I am loving how just like nice my skin is looking though, you guys. This foundation, so pretty. I don't know if I mentioned, but I do have a coupon code with Yensa if you want to check this foundation out. It's a 30% discount, so it is pretty high. Speaking of discount codes, so if you do use that, I do make a commission on that, so that's kind of how that works normally with affiliates. Not all the time. There are some affiliate codes that the creator just has, the brand has given them, and they're not making money on it, but most of the time, I would say more than not, the creator does get a percentage of the sale when you do use their coupon code. Like I said, I am very selective with what brands I personally want to have codes with, so it's not like I just go have a code with anybody. And even so, like I said, removing myself from companies that I don't feel like it's a right fit for me to have a code with them either. But after that, okay, this is what our face is looking like. I'm very pleased with how it's looking. I think it looks so glowy and nice. The concealer also, I think, looks really good. My under eyes look pretty smooth. It had really good coverage. I love this eye look as well. For mascara, I just used the Benefit Roller Lash, which is a favorite of mine. The lips look cute. Very curious to see how this blush lasts throughout the day because right now it looks so glowy, so fresh and pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my little chit chat today, and if you guys want to see more of these in the future, do let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I'll see you guys with a new one very soon.